Sean Payton and your Denver Broncos got exactly what they asked for. They are going to the East Coast for back-to-back road games, and then between the road games are bunkering down in an actual nuclear bunker. Amazing article we're going to break down from ESPN.com. And why I think we are about to turn the entire season around, and I'll be ready to eat my words if I'm wrong. If you're new to the channel, I'm Ben. I'm a diehard Denver Broncos fan. It helps me out a ton if you believe the Broncos still have hope this season. If you would smash that like and subscribe button, let's dive right in. So we know that when the schedule came out that we had games on the East Coast. The Denver Broncos have not fared the best when they go to the East Coast, especially in that 11 a.m. game. We all still have flashbacks of the Miami Dolphins game last year when they scored 70 points on us. But Sean Payton asked Roger Goodell and the scheduling committee, hey, we're going east, give us 2 games back-to-back, and they honored his requests. And so now, Sean Payton, it's time to prove that your request is going to pan out. You already came out and said you were going to be better at evaluating quarterback than everyone else. You make these grandiose claims, and I think you're about to ring true on them. This is a really cool opportunity for the Denver Broncos to shock the world playing an undefeated team. Here we go. We are between these 2 games. We are actually going to West Virginia, and we're staying at a place that used to be a secret nuclear bunker that they were going to evacuate Congress to. And that's kind of a cool opportunity for us to really kind of find who are our foxhole guys. And you're hearing all the players on the Broncos come out and talk about what a cool thing this is and how you can really actually bond as a team. And this takes us from being independent contractors who show up every day from our house to really almost having that college band of brother-like mentality. And you're hearing Bo Nix come out and say he's never been on a road trip when he was wishing that it was ending. He thinks road trips are very good for team chemistry and team bonding. I completely agree. And it's one thing for a rookie to say that in their first year when they're barely making anything relative to the rest of the team. But what's cool is seeing that dudes like Pat Surtain are coming out and saying the exact same thing, where he's saying a different landscape will definitely change the mindset of this team. I'm looking forward to the camaraderie. I think this is a unique opportunity for us to just build relationships and deepen the relationships that we already have. So I'm pumped for this. I think we know that this is a pivotal week for the Denver Broncos. My entire view on this team and the purpose of this year is going to change depending on how we look against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Our offense has looked abysmal, and I think this is a perfect setup for us to actually move the ball. I think without Vita Vea, or at least him hobbled and injured, I think we're going to be able to set up the run. And then without Antoine Winfield, this is definitely nowhere near the same conversation as playing against the Steelers or even playing against the Seattle Seahawks in week 1. So I think this matches up absolutely perfect for us. The big thing is going to be the matchup between Baker Mayfield and his amazing wide receivers and Chris Godwin, and obviously, or Goodwin rather. I was thinking there was no, it is Godwin. There's also a good one somewhere in the league, but also Mike Evans, a beast. And so as you look at what are these 2 matchups that we really need to win, the 2 matchups, the first one is the Denver Broncos secondary versus the Bucs wide receivers. I feel very, very good about our slot corner in McMillian. Feel very, very good about Pat Surtain. Is Riley Moss going to continue to take a step up every single week? And how is he going to lock down either Godwin or Mike Evans, depending on how the Broncos match that up? We will definitely be breaking it all down here at the 2-minute warning starting tomorrow. But I'm very excited for that because I feel like you've already seen huge flashes out of Riley Moss. You've heard Pat Surtain come out and say how insanely impressed he's been with him. And you heard Sean Payton say the same thing, like, hey, he's actually looking incredibly good for essentially a rookie. He missed most of the preseason last season, and so we barely trickled him in on special teams, and he has really shown out to be fingertips away from getting Bo Nix the ball back at the end of that Seattle game, and then I think he held up very, very well against some decent Steelers receivers. The other matchup to really watch is going to be, can the Denver Broncos offensive line without Mike McGlinchey own the front 7? This is where we put all of our money, you guys. We have the top paid offensive line in the league, and are they going to start gelling together? And I think that's where this 10-day road trip where they don't see their family, they're all together. I think you're going to see a level of chemistry rise out of that, and it's going to be a really good thing. the biggest hope for us as Denver Broncos is that all of a sudden we do exactly what Sean Payton and the New Orleans Saints did back in 2017. This is going to be where we see, is Sean Payton cooked and the league has passed him by, or are the strategies that he used way back then, are they still valid in today's NFL? And so back in 2017, the New Orleans Saints were 0-2. They won 2 games back-to-back, one of them going all the way to London, and he talks about the team chemistry that they were able to develop by going overseas and getting away from home. And that year, they went on to be 11-15 and win the NFC South. And so I think we could see a very similar thing happen for these Denver Broncos, that if we are to lose the game and if our offense looks as bad as it did over 2 weeks, you will see me change my tune and eat my words. I think this matches up perfectly for us. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers' strength is their ability to throw the ball. The Denver Broncos' strength is their ability to rush the passer and to defend the pass. And so I think that's perfect. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers let the Detroit Lions move the ball for 475 yards. If we don't move the ball for at least 300 yards, we have a serious offensive problem. And I don't see that happening. And if I do, and if it does happen, it was absolutely going to ruin my weekend. I think the other thing that I'm excited to see is with the Baron Browning injury, that is a huge blow, but that is the area of our team that is strongest, is that we still have 3 great pass rushers in Cooper, Benito, and Ellis. I think we're going to even see more out of rookie Jonah Ellis this week. And then I'm excited because we were able to somehow keep Dondre Tillman, who was the standout of the OFL, or whatever they call it, the UFL, whatever that other football league is that I always say I'm going to watch and I never do. But he is saying like that league prepared him to succeed in the NFL, and we're fixing to find out on Sunday. If we can throw him in and he is a capable 4th pass rusher, we're going to be cooking with gas here, you guys. And I think we saw Baker Mayfield get sacked 5 times last week by one guy in Aiden Hutchinson. And you just got to think we still have a platoon there of pass rushers with both Cooper and Zach Allen leading the league, leading PFF as some of the best defensive linemen in the entire game. So I think this is a perfect matchup for us. Yes, it's a road game against a 2-0 team, but do not give up on these Denver Broncos, because I think we are going to absolutely shock the world. Hoping that we also see more out of Tyler Beatty. Just remembering him in the preseason. This was the game I went to against the Indianapolis Colts. Awesome game for the Broncos. Just seeing like he has a pop and a explosiveness to him that we have yet to see with Javonte. I also wonder if this week Bo Nix is going to be able to move the ball in a way that we are not always facing a stacked box. We remember from a few days ago that Javonte Williams is the only running back in the entire NFL who has faced a stacked box in over 50% of his attempts rushing the ball. And he's actually 64% of his snaps rushing the ball have been against a stacked box. So let's see some play action. Let's see us getting the ball to Beatty. Let's see us getting the ball to Jaleel Moore. And let's see what happens this week. But I'm just telling you, I think we shock the world. I think it starts this week, and the Broncos are going to give us all something that we can BO-LIEVE in. Make sure you are here at the 2-minute warning. If we're up big, I'm going live before that. So I will put a community post out there, but I hope to see you all there and hope none of you have given up on this team, because I know Sean Payton hasn't, I know Bo Nix hasn't, and I know this team is ready to go. Oh, no doubt. That sealed it.